I've opened up Audition, and it's time to bring in our fancy little files that we made and start getting things organized. What we need to do is go to Audition, File, Open. Now, we can do a couple of different things. We could create a create a new project and then import our OMF. But I think it's just easier to just go straight and bring it in straight as an OMF file. So we'll go to create it open. I'm going to enable the OMF file so it knows to look for that. And this was the motel. This is a different project that isn't Widowmaker, but we'll bring this in and we'll bring in the reference movie and we'll use this as our little example. So I just hit open. Now it's going to ask me, because what we exported was an OMF file that encapsulated all the audio into one file. Now what it needs to do is extract them all. It's going to take that file apart into its pieces, its audio files, and the edit decision list that comes with it. So what I want to do is create a folder for it to extract into. Otherwise, it's just going to extract into a folder and it's just going to make a big mess. I want to keep things organized. That's the name of the game here. So I'll just call this Exterior Motel OMF Extract. It's a meaningful name. Create, choose, and kablamo. It's going to open those files. It's going to dump them in that folder, and then it's going to stick my files into my file window. It also includes the actual OMF file. Now that is, we'll see up here in our little multi-track. This OMF is the edit. This is the edit decision list that came with it, and it dumped all those files in there. And look, here it is. Let's see if I can play it. Something you'll notice about the OMF file in Final Cut Pro, in Premiere, the audio tracks were in stereo, but when I bring it into Audition, they've been split up into mono tracks. So track 1, track 2, track 3, and what it ends up looking like is, in this case, right and left, right, left, right, left, and then this appears to be just one mono track here that came in as mono. We want this to happen. This is the right way to work. We don't want to work with stereo tracks when we're dealing with what is primarily dialogue. Sometimes we'll get, we'll put sound effects in our edit, and those are recorded in stereo, and they get split up, and that's okay. We'll learn how to deal with some of those issues later. So here we are. We've got our edit in place, but we need to, our next step is to go ahead and bring in our reference track. So what we need to do now is go to Import. This is our little import icon. Go ahead and highlight this for you so you see the little bug. Import file. So I'll hit Import. And I'm going to switch to my MOV. All right. I could just go all supported media, and then it will let me pick whatever is supported. Okay, so I can just go ahead and pick movie. All right, this is the reference movie. I'll hit open, and bink, it imported it. Now you'll notice it split it between these two, but there's two files here. There's MOV, and then here's this audio, and it's got a little asterisk. What it's done for us is it's split the video and the audio into separate items so that we can import them properly, or I guess lay these in our timeline properly. So let's go ahead and create a video track to put our video in. Add, where's my video track? And then we're going to take our video and we're going to grab it and drag it up here. And I'm going to head and just make sure that it's right at the beginning there, and bang, we have a video track. Let's not worry about syncing this up yet. If this sync, if this syncs with our OMF import, you know, chances are it will, because we have the same in point and out point as our reference export, so it should match up. But that's not always the case, and we're going to check that after we get this set up. So I've imported my video reference. I'm going to go ahead and lock this track so we don't nudge it anywhere. All right, once we bring it in, we're going to lock it so it doesn't move, because this is our reference. Nothing should change in our reference. Next up, we're going to import our audio. Now, I can do this a couple of different ways. Here's the easiest way to do it. I'm going to grab this thing, I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to drag it in on top of my video right at the beginning, and I'm going to let go, and it's going to automatically create this stereo track. Now, I can undo that, and look, kind of get that. Okay, so I'm going to undo what I just did, and I'll go ahead and do this the other way just so you can see it happen. Add stereo audio track. Now, because this is a movie file, it's stereo audio, that's the mix. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to drag it, and I'm going to add that, and bang. Okay, so we just did the same thing in just a few more steps. Reference track, let's lock this too. All right, now this is locked with its picture. These are going to be in sync because we made sure that we began them right at the beginning of the timeline here, so they should be in sync. And then we have our OMF below it. And now we've got our project, our OMF, and our reference video imported. Okay, that's step 2.